You ever feel like you're just constantly running on fumes? No matter how much you sleep, that deep, nagging fatigue just won't go away. Well, what if the real reason for that exhaustion isn't what you think at all? What if the clue has been hiding in a really, really unexpected place? So, this is the big one, right? It's the question so many of us ask ourselves pretty much every single day. Why am I so tired all the time? Is it just stress? Am I not sleeping enough? Or could it be something deeper? A biological signal our body is trying to send us. You know what's so fascinating is that a really simple check, and I mean something you can do right now, just looking in a mirror, might give us our first major clue. It's a technique from Japanese preventative medicine, and all it involves is gently pulling down your lower eyelid. Okay, go ahead, take a look. What you're checking for is the color on the inside of that lower eyelid. If it's a nice, healthy, vibrant red or pink, that's a fantastic sign of good blood circulation. But if it looks pale or even kind of whitish, well, that could be a pretty big signal for anemia, which means you're short on healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen around your body. So let's say that eyelid check did look a little pale. What on earth does that have to do with your kidneys? Well, this is where it all starts to connect. We're about to unravel the mystery linking that little clue in your eye to these two incredible organs that do so much more than most of us realize. We're looking at a very specific condition here called renal anemia. And really, the name tells you everything you need to know. It's a type of anemia that's being caused directly by a problem with the kidneys. So this isn't just about not getting enough iron. It's a breakdown in your body's entire production line. You know, we all learned that our kidneys are our body's amazing filtration system, right? They clean our blood. But that's only half the story. They are also a critical hormone factory. And one of those hormones is basically the master commander for your body's entire energy supply. And this slide just lays out the chain reaction perfectly. It's like a series of dominoes. First, kidney function starts to decline for some reason. That causes a drop in a really important hormone called EPO. Now think of EPO as the work order that gets sent to your bone marrow. Without enough of it, the bone marrow, which is your red blood cell factory, it just kind of gets lazy. It doesn't get the signal to start producing. And the result? Fewer red blood cells, which means less oxygen is getting delivered to your brain and your muscles. And that is what causes that profound, deep-seated fatigue. And that fatigue, it usually doesn't show up alone. It often brings some friends along, like feeling short of breath just from walking up the stairs, or getting dizzy, or even feeling your heart fluttering. Your body is literally starving for oxygen, and these are all the alarm bells trying to get your attention. So, we've connected the dots from fatigue to anemia, and from anemia back to the kidneys. But in functional medicine, you always have to ask why one more time. Why would the kidneys start to fail in the first place? Well, the answer to that takes us even deeper, right down to the power grid of our entire body. We have to talk about something called mitochondrial dysfunction. If you remember from high school biology, your mitochondria are these tiny little power plants inside almost every single cell. And when they aren't working right, it's not like a single light bulb burning out. It's like the entire city's power grid starts to fail. Nothing works as efficiently as it should. And this image shows the two sides of the coin perfectly. When your mitochondria are healthy, they're just cranking out ATP. That's pure cellular energy. But when they get dysfunctional, they start producing way too many of these damaging molecules called reactive oxygen species, or ROS. This creates oxidative stress. Think of it like rust forming on your cellular machinery. And it is especially tough on your most energy-demanding organs, like, you guessed it, your kidneys. That power failure is what can lead directly to kidney damage. And the coolest part is, this isn't just a theory. We can actually see the clues of this damage on standard blood tests if we just know how to look at them. That high creatinine number, it's not just a kidney marker. It can be a sign of damage that's being driven by this mitochondrial failure. Low albumin, it means your body's own built-in antioxidant defenses are running low. High blood sugar, yet another clue that the cellular power plants are failing to manage energy properly. Okay, so here's the most important part of this whole story. This isn't just about a diagnosis. This is about empowerment. Because the health of our mitochondria, the very foundation of our energy, is massively influenced by the choices we make every single day. This is the functional medicine matrix. You can think of it like a map for understanding your own personal health story. And just look at what's at the very bottom, the foundation of everything. It's not drugs, it's not complicated procedures, it's the modifiable lifestyle factors. This is where we have the most power to create real, lasting change. And what are they? Well, they're the pillars of health you already know about. But now you can see why they matter so much on a cellular level. Sleep, physical activity, nutrition, how we handle stressors, and the quality of our relationships. Every single one of these has a direct impact on how well your tiny mitochondria power plants are working. This is the core mantra, the guiding principle of this whole approach. Before we even think about complex interventions, we have to get the fundamentals right. You just can't out-supplement a bad diet or chronic sleep deprivation. The biggest wins for your energy, for your mitochondrial health, they all start right here. And this quote from the source material just sums it all up perfectly. When you support your mitochondria through these lifestyle choices, you're not just fighting fatigue. You are literally fueling your energy production at its source. You're cooling down systemic inflammation, and you're balancing your entire metabolic system. All right, so let's bring this all back together. We started with a super simple check of your eyelid, and we ended up journeying all the way down to the microscopic power plants inside your cells. We've seen how a symptom like fatigue is really just the tip of a much, much deeper iceberg. If there is just one thing that you take away from this, please let it be this. Fatigue is not a weakness. It's not a character flaw. It is not something you're supposed to just push through. It is a critical piece of data. It is a vital biological signal that something in your system is off balance. So the final question I want to leave you with is this one. What is your fatigue trying to tell you? Please, don't just accept it as your new normal. Listen to your body. It's trying to tell you a story. And the good news is, it's a story you can actually change. Dr. Jairo has a specific protocol to fix this very cellular power failure. To learn the exact steps you can take, just check out the link in the description to get his free cellular reset briefing. It's time to finally find out what your body is trying to tell you and then actually do something about it.